season. So many storylines as we get the one to go. John Gates, what will you be watching as we get set for 40 laps of the SKs?
Well, we got a missing crew chief, and that happens to be Mike Christopher Sr. He's in car number 80 tonight. He normally crew chiefs for his son, Mike Jr., so it's going to be interesting to watch the pit stops for the 82 and car number 80.
So those stories and more will be set to be told. Stephen Kopsick's regular spotter is on vacation tonight. His spotter is Chase Dowling. Dowling had a great run to finish last week on the podium. What's going to happen, Matt, as we're about to go green?
We are ready to find out as the cars will pick up in intensity. And gritting an early breakaway is Corey DiMatteo.
No start.
That will be called off as DiMatteo came out of the barrel in a hurry too quickly. And we will do it again, a false start.
Marcello Rufano is, of course, our defending champion in the SK Light division. Kid with a lot of talent and great potential. He was a great spokesperson when he was our SK Light champion. He's had a tough season, had a very fast race car all early part of this year, but didn't have any luck at all. Let's see if that's going to change, as there's the green, Matt, and that looks much better as they head into turn one. Not the right grammar, but a great race.
And Tallman is able to get the early lead as he is getting pounded from behind. And here comes DiMatteo, a little vicious shot there as they come off of turn number 4. Your first lap leader is going to be Troy Tallman, and Tyler Hines trying to hang in there for second place.
There's no question about it. Tyler Hines is looking racy tonight. But look out, because here comes Eric Byrne to the outside of Byrne, looking really aggressive and turning some heads, already making some noise at the front of the field, Matt. It is no stranger to us. Guess who it is? It is Marcello Rufano. Come back to life again, Matt. And there's Eric Byrne, the Bulldog, right there next to him. Here comes Galco.
Last week in the 100-lapper, Marcello Rufano passed more cars than anybody. Right now, hanging on to second by a thread is DiMatteo, and Hines is being challenged to the outside by Marcello Rufano. Rufano, a new crew chief, Jeff Rocco, and it is Rufano able to blockbuster his way into third.
Keep your eyes on that 4th, 5th, and 6th position. Here comes Eric Byrne, the Bulldog. He thinks twice of it, goes to the outside of Tyler Hines. Meanwhile, Glenn Reed, we haven't talked about him, Matt. He started in the 9th position, and Reed is up to the 7th spot. It might not sound like much, but at the speed they're going, good for the lead.
DiMatteo on the inside, and DiMatteo, he is going to torpedo his way into the lead against Troy Tallman.
And we've got a car that spun down the back straightaway, the orange car.
That's John Montesanto. So Montesanto is in the grass, and the reason
also Joey Cipriano, who had that heat race crash on the pit lane. Mike Christopher Sr. behind the wall, and we're going to see if we can get a word with them here in a moment and see why, what prompted him to even run this race here. Tonight's been a long time since we've seen Mike Christopher Sr. behind the wheel of a modified here at the Stafford Motor Speedway. Obviously, son Mike Christopher Jr. has done so well here the last couple of seasons. We'll see if we can get a word with him in a moment, but we're set to go back to green. It looks like all the cars that were on pit road have made their way back onto the racetrack.
I think Mike Sr. wanted to get some laps in to get ready for next week's action.
I think you're right.
The Ted Christopher Memorial 13, the race, and that's why we saw him tonight in the 80 car. Right now we're going to see some speed. Corey DiMatteo, a battle of the young guns. As DiMatteo against Tallman, they competed against each other in the Legends, and right now DiMatteo wins that battle.
Certainly does, Matt, but will it be short-lived? Or will, we've got a problem. We've got cars spinning in the big pack of cars, and among them, it appears to be one of the Christopher cars, and it is the 82 machine of Mike Christopher Jr. It was one of the cars involved in that little skirmish.
So we'll see if we can get a word with him in a moment, as it's going to be a quick caution. We're going to green.
It certainly is going to be a quick caution, and Mike Sr., of course, is most concerned about Michael and his run, and how important it is because he's running in the points as a regular contender as well.
We take a look at it on our replay, which you can see on Twitter, and you see the 35 of Moeller was in the grass, and spinning right alongside him was Mike Christopher in the 82. So we are ready to resume playing for keeps with Corey DiMatteo in car number 6 and Troy Tallman in the 03 in the front row.
Here is the green. And DiMatteo gets a little bit of an advantage to set the pace out in front.
Watch Marcello. He's on the inside of Tallman. And he is going for the lead against DiMatteo.
There's no question about it. He has come to play hardball as he now moves to the inside. Challenges on at the point, but it is DiMatteo to take back the lead. Here comes Eric Byrne. Now, this is something different, Matt. We usually don't see Byrne this aggressive this early in the event. Don't you agree?
That is true, but he is taking advantage of the inside line to get by Troy Tallman. Now it is Tyler Hines using the same technique. Byrne going for second.
Certainly does. He'll make the bold move to the bottom of the racetrack, down underneath Marcello Rufano. But
Boy,
Marcello
Eric
keeps
looks like
digging
he's
in.
wired tonight, Ben.
He sure does. And meanwhile, there is literally a gaggle of cars that are trying to pick and choose the right position. Back up front, here comes Eric Byrne. The cause is Central Auto, North End Auto Parts Machine. And, something went, what a save there, Matt. Nick Salva goes down through the grass as it looked like Michael Jervis's car all of a sudden got a little bit out of shape. Back up front, battle is for the 4th and the 5th position. Here comes Keith Rocco. When Byrne is hot, it seems like Rocco is as well. We've got a spin.
And we have the 03 in a precarious position. So the yellow comes out again on lap number 10. Troy Tallman had the lead at one stage of this race, but right now he is in spectator country.
He's had John G. Boulin's car with that machine after being involved in a skirmish earlier. He's trying to save something from this program as well.
His misery started in the heat race, and they haven't stopped once the feature presentation was around. That Vassar's car starting to stir up, and it makes its exit off pit road. So the Hummel hot dog machine is back in the race, and Matt Galco is coming back out in the 3 car. But Corey DiMatteo, a former SK Light champion here at Stafford, trying to get his first SK modified win. And right now he is going toe-to-toe with Eric Byrne, who has many wins in his career.
Keep your eyes also on Todd Owen with the number 81, Ronnie Williams the 50. All of these cars are coming to the front of the field, and we've only got 10 circuits in. Nice power assist to help out Eric Byrne, the Bulldog, and it's working, but then all of a sudden, he's forced to back out of it. And Marcello Rufano is coming to the front of the field again. He is turning in the run of 2019 for this young man. Meanwhile, here comes Keith Rocco, and then Ronnie Williams. Williams has found an opening to the inside, Matt.
He is trying to lunge underneath Tyler Hines in the white number 25 car. Rocco going to work. Byrne going to work. Byrne has the leverage underneath Corey DiMatteo as they rabble-rouse their way out of turn number 4. DiMatteo still in the lead, but Eric Byrne, he's sharing the same Hodge device.
There's no question about it. He threw it in at a ton, and it paid off. The leader is now by inches. It is Eric Byrne. Who's going to help him? Will it be Keith Rocco as he moves into the inside, forcing DiMatteo up the hill? Keith Rocco is like a man possessed as well, and Ronnie Williams is showing it was no fluke that he's the defending champion and winning a lot of races lately in open wheel modified racing.
And he has got to jump as the yellow comes out, and we have issues in
the hot dog
Vassar in turn 2.
The Hummel's hot dog car.
Right to the right of the Napa Auto Care money. And I think what's more important for the drivers who will be competing on Friday night is to get that Ted Christopher trophy. That is something that money cannot buy, and that's what the drivers will be going for next week. Glenn Reen was a winner last year.
And he's still talking about it.
Yeah, he was talking about it tonight, in fact. So that is the kind of race it is. You win it, and you talk about it forever, and you keep that trophy forever. So we will see what happens next week, but it is a trophy that will be more important than the dollar signs 1 week from tonight.
Let's see what's going to happen as we're about ready to fire them back up again. 12 laps up on the board is, even though we've had a lot of action on pit road where the casualties have not been that extreme. So let's go back through the gears, and Eric Byrne, the Bulldog, is in command again. But the big story is still the cast that follows, and there are some heavy hitters.
And Marcello Refrano trying to nosedive his way underneath Corey DiMatteo. DiMatteo got off to a sluggish restart. Keith Rocco is there as he slashes his way underneath the 6th car to move into 2nd.
There's no question about it. Good racing right up front. Here comes Todd Owen. We haven't talked about him. And right there is Glenn Reed directly behind him. And the caution flag comes out. We've got a car. It has brought out the
Daniel
caution.
Wesson underneath the WEEI
Straps in
billboard.
any open wheel modified car. It is definitely nice to see this young man come into his own as the defending series champion. While down at pit road, the Wesson car is in, and they're looking at the front of that machine from our vantage point, but we're about ready to go back to green. We'll check in with our reporters after we go to green and on our next caution and see what's happening there. Matt, the lights are off on the safety vehicle at the point. Lucky number 13. Ted Christopher's number is up on the board as they come off turn number 4.
So Eric Byrne has won $250 for leading lap number 13. Can he lead another? Getting off to another good getaway against Corey DiMatteo. And here comes Keith Rocco as advertised on the inside.
While he's coming forward, so is it Ronnie Williams, so is it Todd Owen, as it appears that the inside lane gets kind of a little ripple effect, and they get shuffled back further in the field. Meanwhile, back up front in the competition, here comes Todd Owen to the inside. Him and Ronnie Williams are side by side in a battle of hot pursuit. Meanwhile, it is a good battle there, Matt, and now it appears that Todd Owen might have worn out Ronnie Williams for a few minutes there, Matt, is now Owens is up to position 4. We've got another yellow.
And there is a 7 car of Tyler Jones.
And it seems to be there is that particular spot on the backstretch underneath the Budweiser Hummel hot dog.
Yeah, almost quiet right now for the first time tonight, guys. They are at the turn 1 end of the pit lane. Nobody electing to make a stop here as we get the 1-to-go signal. Still fairly early in this race, not quite to halfway yet.
We certainly are not. We still got a ways to go, and already we've seen some incredible competition up front. Todd Owen is a mover and shaker. Ronnie Williams is. Marcello Refrano has been there, and Michael Jervis is coming to the front of the field, along with Nick Salva, Tony Membrino. They're just at the bottom of the top 10, starting to surface there as we speak. And as we talked about, 15 of 40, so we've still got quite a ways to go in this feature event.
And
these are the SK modifieds.
And only 4 cars have dropped out, which, considering the amount of cautions we've had, that's a pretty amazing statistic.
It is, and we've had a lot of pit road action, but right now the action is for the lead. Eric Byrne and Keith Rocco in a side-by-side battle at the point. And down, here comes Todd Owen. He's moving in on the upper groove as well. That's the current point leader, Matt. As they come off the turn, Bart the Bulldog is back in command. Rocco pulls it into line, thinks twice if it goes back towards the outside. Here comes Todd Owen. Butch Shea is here with Todd Owen tonight, and look at Rocco.
Turn 3, that's where he does his best work. And Keith Rocco is going to have the lead on lap number 17.
While that was going on, Todd Owen thought twice of it. He tried to make the same move. Eric Byrne isn't done yet. Down the back straightaway. Smooch to the back bumper. No love affair there. As Rocco continues to set a blitz. Oh, trouble now. 2 cars dart on a line.
1 car slammed the wall.
It looks like the DiMatteo machine.
Catch up to the tail end of the field.
Well, a lot of adjustments and readjustments have been made in this feature event, Matt, and we just still are not even close to the halfway point. So we always say we save the best for last, but it's pretty tough tonight because the first half has been pretty impressive. Yes.
And Mike Christopher, even though that car is damaged, he was able to do some passing with that. got up to about 10th place. So we get ready to turn them loose. Keith Rocco on the inside and Eric Byrne on the outside.
Here they come. Back to the stripe. No sparks this time, but plenty of hot racing action. And again, Rocco tries to hold off Byrne, but Byrne starting to stick. And here comes Ronnie Williams. Now sparks on the back straightaway, this time from Ronnie Williams.
Boy, Eric Byrne almost is able to clear Keith Rocco.
He does.
Rocco falls to third as Ronnie Williams scoots into second.
There's no question about it. Williams is hot again tonight. He goes to the outside of Rocco and shakes him off like a dog who has fleas. Glenn Reed and Todd Owen are coming. So is it Michael Jervis. So is it Tyler Hines. And so is it Matt Galco. Remember, he had a penalty early in the event, and then Brino takes a quick dip to the inside. He tries to get down underneath Matt Galco.
Jarvis is hanging in there. He is in sixth, battle for the lead. Here comes Ronnie Williams underneath Eric Byrne. Ronnie Williams, as he is trying to barnstorm his way into the lead, and he does. Lap number 20.
Ronnie Williams is just as hot as he was a week ago. Byrne still digs in on the outside. Rocco, three of the very best in the SK Modified division. They've got the titles and the honors and the wins to prove it. As they come off the turn, it is Ronnie Williams, the leader of the pack. We are just past the halfway marker, Matt, as Rocco continues to work over Williams in his quest to take back the #1 spot. Watch turn 3, Matt. That's where it's going to happen, if it will happen here.
And Rocco will make it happen.
He does off turn number 4. Keith Rocco is back in command. Williams has to settle back into second. Meanwhile, Glenn Reed just shook off Todd Owen to take over the 4th spot. Owen isn't done yet. Neither is Michael Jervis.
And this is the kind of race car owner Dane Avery wants for Reed, to take it easy in the first half, come on strongly in the second half. Right now he's getting a battle from Todd Owen and Michael Jarvis up at the front. It is Keith Rocco regaining his lead.
Here comes Williams.
Williams is going after him.
He's going to try the same type of a move that Rocco pulled on him. And guess what? If it works for one, it'll work for the other. And Ronnie Williams is back in command. Reminds you of the old days here at Stafford. Oh, and this time it appears the Williams car got a little loose right in the center of 1 and 2 back.
And Rocco trying to take advantage of that on the outside. Byrne is third with Reed right behind him. Here comes Rocco, loading it up on the outside, trying to beat Ronnie Williams to turn 2.
There's no question about it. It is a dogfight battle up front, and it is still Williams by inches, but Rocco is digging in and digging in deep as they come off the turn. Now, all of a sudden, Glenn Reed now takes a bid at the inside, thinks twice of it, of the Byrne machine, Matt, pulls it back in the line. Here comes Rocco again, down into turn number 3. Will Williams leave the door open again? He does, and Keith Rocco takes over the lead. This is racing like you used to see in the old days with drivers like Ronnie Bouchard, Ed Flemke, and all the greats here at Stafford.
Well, after 20 laps of starts and stops and stammers, here is Williams, has the inside position as he springboards his way underneath the 88. They come out of turn number 4 together, and the leader at the line is still Keith Rocco.
What a race and what a battle between those two, but you got to watch Glenn Reed and Todd Owen and Eric Byrne, because they're still in the hunt, but side-by-side racing is the story, lap after lap. There's nothing better than the SK Modifieds here at Stafford. Just look at this. As timing and scoring shows, Rocco still in command, but it's not done with yet, and they'll wheel to wheel.
Mike Christopher on the grass. So we may be having a yellow here, and there it is. And that is for Mike Christopher. Well, after 20 laps of stammers and stutters,
Christopher Jr. on the pit lane once again. The front nerf bar has seen better days, and this is probably going to be the last time it is used in competition. It is beat up. Some right front adjustments to the 82 car. He is down and away, the only lead lap car on pit road during this caution flag.
Well, here we do it again, Matt. And if you were a betting man, there's no odds-on favorite as you look at the top 10 positions here in this one, because the competition is just so amazing and so close wherever you look. While the battle was going on, side-by-side racing and crossing over racing for the lead, there was a similar battle going on between Glenn Reen and Todd Owen. And there was another battle going on behind them between Michael Jervis and Eric Burns. Stay tuned. More to follow as they come back off turn number 4.
So they come off the launching pad. Rocco trying to beat Williams to the corner, and it looks like Rocco will succeed in that. Look at Reen come to life.
Glenn Reen is on the bottom. They're side by side again for the lead. Here comes Todd Owen. He's in that second row to the outside of Glenn Reen. They come off turn number 4. Back to the stripe they come. It is still Rocco shown in timing and scoring. Williams still on the high side, Matt. Glenn Reen and Todd Owen keeps digging as they head down the back straightaway. As we said before we went back to green, the battle of side-by-side racing isn't just at the point, it's several positions back.
The top 5 cars could fit in a hornet's nest. Dewey Wilson closing. Keith Rocco now being challenged by Reen, being challenged on the outside by Williams. Also in the neighborhood is Todd Owen. Here comes Rocco being challenged again, and he is able to maintain his lead by a breadcrumb.
While that was happening, Todd Owen went to the inside, down underneath Todd Owen. Todd Owen went down underneath the Glenn Reen machine. So Owen is up to the 3rd position, still side by side for the lead. The big question is, does Owen and Glenn Reen have any extra oomph if they're going to get around? Because the lane in front of them is side-by-side racing, and it's been that lap after lap.
This is a continuation of last week when Rocco and Williams battled for the lead in the SK5K. Now Williams, a little bit of an advantage on the backstretch, and Rocco retaliates. In a perfect position is Todd Owen to watch what's happening between the front runners.
He's not a watcher, he's a player in all of this. Meanwhile, it is Rocco that had it in the middle of turn number 2, but it was short-lived. They're still side by side. This is the best open-wheel modified racing in the country. You're witnessing it here at Stafford, lap after lap. There's no question about it as Keith Rocco continues to hold on by inches. Williams continues to dig in on the outside. Todd Owen looking for an opening. Michael Jervis, Glenn Reen, and now Rocco has taken the lead, perhaps by the biggest margin he's had in the last 15 laps.
Yeah, he gets some clearance as he drives away from the front bumper of Ronnie Williams. On the inside is Owen. Here comes Reen to challenge on the outside. And now moving up is Tony Membrino. So Membrino makes it a 6-way fight for the top spot.
He certainly does as they come off the turn and head back to the line. 37 has now just clicked off on the board. Almost 3 wide. Michael Jervis took a peek down underneath Todd Owen. As they come down the back straightaway, it still remains Keith Rocco your leader, but the battle is now for the 3rd spot. 2 laps to go, 1 mile left in the competition. Owen is the current point leader, setting back in the 3rd spot. Will Glenn Reen pick up the position there?
And now remember, Ronnie Williams likes turn 3 like Rocco does. Will he try it? Instead, he goes to the outside as he tries to missile his way around Rocco. Rocco still has the upper hand as they head out of turn number 4 and face the white flag lap.
Final circuit down to the bottom of turn number 1. Rocco has guarded the spot, but the magic spot of this racetrack, we'll call it the sweet spot, is turn number 3. Here comes Ronnie Williams to the outside. Rocco guards the inside. Williams gives him a tap to the back bumper. Off turn number 4, double checkers are out. Keith Rocco has done it. Ronnie Williams will finish in 2nd.
And then it was Glenn Reen.
Morning, I'm feeling down. It's always life such a drag. And I can help but stare at my cue. Think about what good times we had. buy me a girl or two.